Just looking at the Sydney Swans side, Dennis, this is where they need to get their run back. It was taken away from them 2 weeks ago against the Bulldogs. When Kennelly gets his hands on the ball and Matner, they link up really well. But they can get their hands on the footy and still not be effective. They need to run the lines, and their running ability that they have is so important. And Craig Bolton links up in between those two really well.
Of course, they're coming off a loss here in Sydney at the SCG. The Bulldogs, as you mentioned, did a terrific job. But you've got to say, experienced sides, by and large, have had trouble stopping this sort of run. So a real test for these baby Bombers.
Well, it is, but what a great opportunity it is for them to come up here in their own dunghill and really try and stop the game that we know the Swans love to play, and that's possession footy. They don't want to kick it to a one-on-one, and they want to use these runners to break the lines and get the ball inside 52. You know, some really good forwards that they do have.
I've got a question for you. How good is this guy, Jared McVeigh, averaging 21 possessions, in career best form?
I reckon if you line the Sydney Swans up, he's probably 3rd or 4th pick now. Where maybe 12 months ago he would have been probably 16th to maybe even 20th pick. So a great sign.
Recognise some of these faces.
Well,
high cost of car insurance when you look at that group, I've got to say.
Well, these highlighted players are players that have played less than 15 games. There's 8 of them in the side. This is a new look Bomber side. Compare that to Sydney. They've only got 2. They've got Bird and they've got Jack. So we're talking about a very inexperienced side. They've had a lot of injuries. We know that Matthew Knights has been absolutely roasted this week. We've got to cut him a little bit of slack, don't we?
I think we do. Here's another Matthew. 18 goals for the season, 5 last week, but first time in his career he's got a few critics.
He has. I reckon his opponents are starting to maybe believe that they can go with him now. He hasn't had the quality of football that he had throughout his whole career. He's just going to have to work through it. It's a stage in his footy career where he's going to be tested.
And this guy, talking about the McVeighs, in wonderful form before he did that hammy, averaging 25 possessions a game. So the McVeigh family would be very happy with their lot at the moment.
No doubt. Very good sires or breeding or whatever you like to call it, but they are in great condition. We just hope that Nick Malczewski gets through. 1 in 4 knees are ruptured after surgery. We hope he's not one of those.
You know all about that. Good luck to him. Sunday football at the ANZ Stadium. Stand by at Sydney and Essendon. Essendon, fair to say, on the crest of a slump at the moment. Lost 4 in a row, lost them badly.
Fletcher picking up O'Loughlin at full forward.
Umpires this afternoon, McBurney, Armstrong and Avon. Rucks go at it. Hislop camped under that one. Bounces on, taken by Bevan, who's wrestled to the ground. And a ball up.
There's a couple of more matchups. Mel Monacle's picking up Henry Playfair. A big job there this afternoon. And Teddy Richards has gone forward. He's picked up by Paddy Ryder.
Umpire throws it up. Surface average. Not a big crowd. McVeigh goes to ground. Was he pushed in the back?
No, fell on his back. Let him up, please. Where you are.
Bit lucky.
Open forward line for the Bombers too. Lloyd is in the goal square with Bolton. And the only other player inside is Nagel for the Bombers, so they've got a very open forward line.
Slattery across the ground. Welsh soccers it down towards the 50. Ryder coming on the assist, battling 2 of them and putting it out of bounds, I thought, on the full. Well, that'll be interesting. Barry kicking it towards the line. In the opinion of the boundary umpire, who wasn't far away, it did bounce.
Should have been deliberate, though. He was only trying to get it over.
Here in Jack. Essendon 15 off the ball. Essendon kick 15. Essendon.
So it's Stanton's free kick. You could hear the umpire against Jack for off the ball, just hanging onto his arm. So Stanton short, out wide, and finds Reimers, and then Reimers goes with a short kick that unfortunately was straight to Kennelly.
Horrible option there. He had so many players, or the Swans had so many players back, he just had to wait and go around the arc of the 50.
Then Kirk got it from Kennelly. Then kicks in the Moore direction. Ramanaskas to try and run him down. Can't put the tackle on. And Moore gets into a scoring position.
Great chase.
Takes 1 too many steps. And you're right, Ox. Raman refused to give it up and ran him down in the end.
Gee, that'll be a real lift for the Bombers players out there. One of the blokes who's probably not regarded as the quickest in the team, but he made the chase, the second effort, didn't give up, and stopped a certain goal.
It's like chasing a washing machine. He's built that way, isn't he, Jared Moore? Boundary throw in. And it's going to be a free kick. It'll go to the Swans, and I imagine Jolly.
That's all right, mate. You had your hands into him, you pushed him out.
Work it out. It's called ruck work, okay? There's a different rule than the marking rule, okay? You'll understand.
standing short. That's right. That's it, Darren. There he's there. Right out on the side. You got
David Hill just letting the umpire know there are different rules for ruck contests compared to marking, but you'll work it out.
Very eloquent too, if I may say.
He was.
Splitting the atom, like you and I. Gee whiz, Jolly just gets it. Whew.
Jolly. Goods couldn't quite. The ball proving to be a loser for the moment. Well done by Bird. And then Buchanan got it from Kennelly to Kirk, who's been busy early. Back to Kennelly. And then Kennelly plays the percentages to O'Loughlin. He's never been goalless on this ground, Mick. He's played, this is his 20th match. He's always at least measured one. Buchanan had an airy, didn't he? And then Fletcher was able to get in there and sort of get it to Ramanowskis, who pushed it forward. Bevan hustling, gets it out. Moore goes to ground, gets a free kick.
He's back.
9 minutes of footy. This is only the second time inside 50.
On the ground, got to
when they do get the footy, they're happy to hold possession. Not a lot of movement at the moment by either side. It's almost like an arm wrestle. They're waiting to see what's going to unfold. A different start to a match. Normally you get some real physical contest, but it's been pretty subdued at the moment.
Having a good season, Moore. He'd really struggled to put matches together in his first three. He'd only played a couple in each of the last two, but he's done well this year, and that's a good kick. So the Swans get the first couple.
Fletcher did well. Laycock, well, he took the Quinella. Was that Bevan? He just took the daily double. He grabbed both of them. Everett's hand pass around the boundary line. Spills across to Lonergan. Laycock. Now Ryder in the back pocket. Oh, terrible.
No.
Intended for Reimers. Stolen away by the big guy, Jolly, and he gets his second.
It's against Matthew Lloyd.
Yes, umpire talking to Matthew Lloyd too. Telling him to be careful.
He just came back from being on the bench, so he might be just a little bit revved up.
O'Loughlin. Precise kick from Buchanan. O'Loughlin wants to put it short, as you can see. Playfair, who's dropped a couple of marks, was on the lead.
Play on. I said move it on.
Now that probably should be taken from the umpire's vocabulary. Hurry up might be better than move it on. If play on is going to alert the man on the mark.
Yeah, totally agree.
Quickly.
Still.
That's why in cricket, Dennis, they only have 3 calls: yes, no, or wait. So you can't be mistaken.
4. They're sorry. O'Loughlin
Don't go closer.
gets the goal.
Hang on. All clear.
So that's bad news. Malcheski back in the side and looking good and accomplished so far. And Kennelly goes down.
Play on.
Hill tapped it down. McVeigh. Well worked out of the middle. Lonergan back to Hill. Kicks inside the forward 50. May have been Hislop back in the middle. Has been good. Grabbed by Welsh, who snaps down towards full forward. Hamlet run. It goes at right angles virtually. It's a goal. Margin 20 points. Just watching the game. Seems a lot more than that, the division between these two sides. Malcheski plays himself into trouble. Matner comes to him now. Welsh won it off the pair. Nagel's in there. Malcheski went to ground. Nagel did brilliantly. Monfrey's falling to the ground. Myers pulls it back towards full forward. Jostling down there and taking the mark. There's Matthew Lloyd, 12 metres out directly in front.
Gee, great work there at the top of the square. What a wonderful kick it was too, to bring it across by Myers, putting it to the hot spot. Stanton just holding out Lewis Roberts-Thompson, and Bolton versus Lloyd in a one-on-one contest. Yeah, probably a 50-50 because they're both very damn good at in a one-on-one situation.
Probably the key there was Stanton actually grounding Roberts-Thompson.
Yeah, he did. He just took him right out of the contest, and that's unrewarded, but will be picked up by the coaching staff.
So much better so far from the Bombers in the second term. And the Essendon champ gets his first.
Head for the call, man.
Still. Umpire McBurney, one of the best.
Stay out, Matthew. Stay out.
Here's Bevan.
Players really respect him too, Steve McBurney. They rate him very highly.
And rightly so. A lot of this too out of bounds on the fall.
He's a lawyer too by trade.
That's enough. He's an umpire. You're pumping him up too much. We've got the ball at left half forward.
It's a 50 here.
And umpire McBurney, inspired by what's being said, is meting out 50. So Essendon, what a transformation this is.
Just want to have a look at...
Sydney Swans runner kicked the ball away after it went out on the full.
Oh, he landed on his boot. He was a bit stiff, wasn't he?
No
In
wonder
the
the
wrong
players-
place at the wrong time.
Players might like him. Runners hate him, umpire McBurney. Here comes Hill. Good looking effort. It's working back. It's another one. Oh, those Bombers.
Oh, those runners.
And if they don't smarten up, they're going to get steamrolled because they are playing as though they are 15 goals in front.
And they are a smart footy team. You could never deny that about the Swans. Good Mark McVeigh. Bombers going well.
They've missed that. They've missed that class the last few weeks.
Beautiful finish,
Yeah.
two under the chest of Hill. He's a wonderful player, Mark McVeigh.
Yep. He's a one. You're spot on.
You're in the contest,
He
that's
class. Everything he does, you know that he's going to give 100%.
That's it,
If
David.
he gets his
You're on the
hands on
mark
it,
there.
he's going to mark it. You'll see him come out of the goal square before the day's out too, McVeigh, because he's very dangerous when he goes inside 50. Big kick.
Margin, just 9 points. Hill already has one. Make that two.
There you go.
Lonigan, great recovery. Welsh, Monfries, blindsided. Didn't see Bolton coming. Jude Bolton got him dead to rights.
They had to talk. He had players around him, and obviously Monfries was unaware.
Unthinking hand pass to Goods going on his right foot. They're not thinking like a quality team at the moment. O'Keefe, Jude Bolton, Malcheski, now Bird. That's better.
Now, this is where Henry needs to step up. Missed an easy one in the first term. He's in a bit of pain.
Henry, let's go. That's it.
Not sure what that tells us. This is how it started.
That's 20 seconds, Henry.
It's hard to see.
It's kneecap. It's kneecap. Dislocated kneecap.
In the scheme of things, that's better than the alternative, is it?
Well, Darren Creswell came back and played with only missing a week.
Banged it back into shape.
Yep.
There's a goal.
Here, the signs are not great as I speak. Michael's kick to a contest. Ryder, good stretch. Goods had worked him underneath. Winderlick's handball, not great. Bevan trying to chop it off. Then Bevan to McVeigh, who gave it to O'Keefe, who bangs it back, and Bolton at the back, not quite. Ball still to be won here. It was more getting to Kirk. Well, it probably went 12 3/4 to O'Loughlin, but it was accurate, and Mickey was in front.
This is the man. This is the man that Essendon haven't been able to find a matchup for. Every time it's hit his hands, he's either had a shot on goal or he's put it in someone else's hands who could have a shot. So, been very dangerous. But Kirk's a good player. He's had 15 touches.
Stay with me, guys.
So O'Loughlin bringing it back and getting the goal to give them some breathing space. His second for the match.
Wing. In front, Jack. Got through nicely. Good, striding away. His 15th possession. Down towards half forward. O'Loughlin with wonderful courage. Oh. Game number 278. Nothing has changed.
Stand half a metre back. Michael, you okay to take it, mate, or do you need someone else?
He's winded.
Michael?
He'd have to be.
Now, I've got to ask you again. This happens every game we see now. Player is hurt. Can't take his kick, and my mind wanders back to that tie at the Telstra Day.
Dustin?
Time on's been blown a long time ago.
That's it. That's it, Michael. Time.
See, that's courageous, isn't it?
Terrific.
Right out, guys. Keep moving
30
out.
years of age plus.
Interesting, Fletcher playing in front, which is what Gary O'Donnell said that Matty Knights wanted his defenders to do. Play in front, O'Loughlin at the back.
He's tricky though, isn't he? He's so tricky.
Going at his third, as we said just before half-time, best haul ever against Essendon is 3 a couple of times, and this has got the staggers, but it's okay. O'Loughlin once more, could have gotten the back of Fletcher, no free, finds it on the deck, deep in the pocket. Whoop. Got into his move there, then forgot to get boot to ball. He was set upon. O'Keefe somehow emerges with the football, shoots at goal and kicks it.
Wow.
Move it on.
Because all of a sudden it's gone back out. Hasn't it to 28 points?
We're back to quarter time, aren't we?
Yeah.
Here's Monfries, who's wasted so much of the footy. He's earned a lot of it. That's a good kick, a beauty.
This is where he's dangerous, Welsh.
Gets it home. Good reply.
Move it on.
Everett, the only one back there. Well, he's going to load it up to Everett. Now getting in there was Danaher. Jetta off the ground. Goal. Jetta's kicked a miraculous one. Yeah. Welsh measures it. He's not going to get past Jolly, unfortunately. He had Danaher in his sights, and that was a poor kick.
Just a lot of ball.
And now Monfries goes into centre-half forward. Lovely kick, and Neagle's got it.
That's how you hurt the opposition.
This to bring them right back is a good kick, and Essendon are in with a big chance here.
They're running hard, and they're not being out-muscled. Thumped forward by Everett. Bird slipped. Buchanan's got it now inside the centre square, wanting to be too precise. Here's an opportunity inside the 50 for Moore. Still going Moore, back to O'Keefe. He'll finish.
Not the first time Welsh has been on his own today. At the back, oh, Hill probably should have let it run on in a way. Do they get the chance? Roberts, Thompson, well done. Good tackle from the front, though. Gee, Barry was strong. Roberts, Thompson missed Kirk, but he had time, and then whips it to Ablett. Ablett's got Buchanan all on his own.
Gee, that was lazy there. Two Essendon defenders up the ground. Well, David Hill just doesn't look right at the moment. Had to make a better contest of the last one.
Had to flip it over the back, didn't he?
He did, but really good spot up there by Ablett, and a good powerful kick to cover the distance, which didn't allow the defenders to get back.
So Buchanan, as he squeezed it home, he has. The Swans get that goal.
Coming straight out.
They will do this against Geelong. They will do it against Essendon.
Play on.
Laycock lays it down. Bird's got it, tumbling to the ground. Jolly. Buchanan once more. Here's a chance. Leaping Leo Barry will leap with delight.
Sort of scratch your head, don't you, say there's a free kick for that, but not for the other one. You sort of think, if we got the rules right, here's Reamers. To Myers, little fumble. They're under the pump for the Bombers. Did well, the youngster, really well, and gave it to the veteran. In Fletcher, and Hurley had a miss. Hasn't had a lot of it today, Hurley. Bird again to O'Loughlin, to Moore again, and kicks to the hot spot, and Henry.
Kids.
So Playfair in front, and he's got a couple today. He's done his job. And you just wonder what the other 15 clubs are thinking right now about knee operations and injuries.
Well, like Germany for the hamstrings, began to France for the Ricos.
And I reckon whoever he was, there goes the snap at goal. It is a goal. That surgeon will have the mobile on. Kirk got the goal. Where do we stand, Bruce? I didn't think that was a free, did you?
I didn't think the Laycock one was a free either. He had one arm held, and he said no opportunity. He has to throw it. It's the only way he could get away with it. Anyway, Goods' kick.
Downwards half forward. O'Keefe got hands to it. Jack lurking alongside the pack. Here comes a goal. O'Loughlin just needs any sort of bounce, knocks it to his own advantage and kicks his fourth. First time he's got four against the Bombers. 60 metres from goal.
He's improving too at this point.
Oh, yeah. Got some tough young bodies. Different body shapes to the youngsters with the Bombers. Here's Matner, runs into a dead end, goes across to Bevan. Bevan just hoisting it high inside the forward 50. O'Loughlin sets it up. Confidence is a remarkable thing. He's got 5.
Bombers still without a goal in this term. Kirk pushing forward.
In the back here, Sydney. Thanks, guys. Bring it back.
Milczewski's off, so I think they might just say, that's enough, you've done your job. Had a good afternoon. What a return. It's a very, very good story. 10 touches.
So Kirk to Richards, and he may become so important if Kennelly doesn't play for the next 2 months.
Oh.
He's important anyway.
Well, he's a bonus, isn't he? Yeah, they didn't expect him back, so...
Gee, Richards has just gone bang! That's a great goal.
the Bombers would like him at the moment.
No, in fact, it's going to be a free kick for a push in the back. It's going to Kirk.
Stay there, play on.
To Buchanan.
No.
And then Buchanan. Oh, good hands. That's going to hurt. That's a beauty by Playfair. He's got a bit of confidence back. Buchanan has been good after half-time. I joked a bit about Playfair. He played in the only game that Geelong have lost in their last 28 when he got his only game for the season.
Kangaroos.
No, it was against Port Adelaide.
Sorry, Port Adelaide it was, yeah.
Came in as an emergency and got the game that day. So he didn't play in a winning Geelong team last year, which is a bit stiff, and then played in a losing game in his first game against the Bulldogs 2 weeks ago. But he's been good today.
Well, he'll get to sing the song for the first time in a long time.
He hasn't been on a winning team at this level for ages. Can he kick a third? He'll be pleased if he does. He's smiling, Henry.
Job well done.
In trouble was Lonigan. Smothered off the boot of Danaher. Gathered by Matner. Goods. Runners alongside. Now he'll go to Kirk. White is still okay, calling for it. Alongside was Jack. Didn't need them. On the lead, O'Loughlin lining up at number 6.
Tell he's fit at the moment, can't you? Oh. Ouch. Ouch. That is a protected area, isn't it? The umpire has to have the right to come back. There'll be more made of that.
This will make it 10 unanswered goals if he kicks it. He's got it. He's got 6 this afternoon.
So Ryder and Everett. McVeigh hassled out of it by Kirk to Bolton. Had a lot of good players in the end, haven't they, Sydney? Ablett's kick inside. Everett getting back. Oh, terrific mark by Moore.
He's going to make the votes more. Very, very good.
That's it there, Jared.
The Bombers, though, they haven't been able to take any marks in this last quarter. They've only had 2, which is a concern.
The bloke that might get the 3 votes is just coming from the ground, Ox.
Yeah, Mickey O'Loughlin would be in there, so would Kirk. They always find votes for Moore.
So Moore bringing it back, good looking kick. He's had a terrific day.
He has.
Matner was the fly at the back, and Danaher and McVeigh. And just on that leaky defence for Essendon, there's Kirk and Goods and Barry. Gee, what service those 3 guys have given over such a stretch. The durability, they've got so many players.
Over the shoulder, Peter, your kick.
So Everett's kick. So many players that have played 50 consecutive games plus at the moment. I mean, Goods is up around the 200. You've got Kirk and O'Keefe. And a whole range of Jude Bolton and all of those. They haven't missed a game for years.
And it's not the easiest footy to play either.
Here's Moore, one of the stars of the day. Kick inside, he's missed Playfair, but Henry's back on. And then Playfair cleverly over the top. And Johnny gets that 3rd.
Now that would have delighted Paul Roos, because the effort of Moore out on the wing was fantastic to burn off Adam Ramanauskas. You'll see it here. Just takes off, keeps his feet, strong body again, unable to bring him to ground. He then spots up unselfishly instead of bombing in, finds Playfair, and once again unselfish, goes into Jolly. They're good signs when you're well and truly up. You can actually go kick chasing and goal chasing.
Well, Dave, you do a daily program on radio in Melbourne. You've got a feel for it. What will the telephones be saying tomorrow? Sack
Matthew Knights. They'll be getting stuck into him. That they want Kevin Sheedy back.
Good tackle straight away.
That is not the answer. This is a young side that have been bereft with injuries. They're getting some players back, but it's going to take time.
85 points the margin then. Not enough time to get it to 3 figures, you wouldn't think.
Drag it in, Joe.
Still tough.
But these are the photos that supporters hate. If you fight for a half, why can't you fight for 3 quarters or 4 quarters?
Coming there from somewhere.
Sometimes it takes so much out of you, doesn't it?
It does, especially when you're young.
Yeah.
They are a very strong side, Sydney.
Yeah. And masters of this game.
Yeah. They wear you down. They just...
Everett flicked it down behind. mind.
Too high.
It's like a nasty relationship.
Look at where it is.
Eventually it wears you down and you put your hands in the air and say, all right, I've had enough.
Stay there.
I'm not going there, Dennis, are you? You can have the tally.
It's therapeutic for David.
Good's got it from Kirk, and then he goes bang to full forward. Fletcher, play fair, over to Jack, and then Jack puts some icing on a delicious cake. Tell you what, I reckon Henry Playfair tonight is going to feel a part of this team, don't you?
First time, I think.
Yep.
First time he'll feel, hang on a minute, I did some things. Not only did I kick some goals, but I set the last goal up. I've then set that one up. I've been involved. The forward liners work really well. Kieran, Jack and Bird have been outstanding. They've done a wonderful job.
(21-17 and 7-10). Cold comfort in there. We spoke with Gary O'Donnell at half-time. He was optimistic, but nothing has gone right since. What have they kicked? 3 goals since half-time. Mind you, only 4 to half-time.
But we were talking before how they never smash sides. Well, I'd count this as a smashing.
I think they would.
91 points. Not good.
Scott Camporelli alongside Matthew Knights. It's tough in that situation. Everett knocks it down. Remus knocks it goalward. Down goes Everett, spinning out of trouble Buchanan. The longer it's gone, the better he's got. He's a quality player. Stanton's tried hard.
Looked a bit fumbly in the first half, didn't he, Buchanan?
Thank you.
Another clearance for Nick Malcheski.
Give us through.
Wouldn't he be wrapped?
Mickey O'Loughlin, Nick Malcheski both be delighted.
Waiting for the siren then. Out of defence. Hislop towards the wing. Coming through as Bolton. Here comes the siren. And Sydney have won their 4th game for the season emphatically. A bittersweet victory, really. Nick Malcheski did his knee on the 19th of February and played a major role this afternoon. But having said that, Tyke Kennelly is injured. Look at that scoreline. 21-17 to 7-10. Sydney prevail on Sunday footy.